You know what I love? Myself? Yes, but a year ago, I finally admitted that I hate myself. I know that sounds super extreme, but the first time I had the revelation of like, wow, I think I do hate myself, I really wanted to push it away and just deny it because it seemed so intense. But when you think about the way you talk to yourself, most often we say things like, you're so stupid, why did you say that? You're terrible at everything you do, just stop, no one cares. Of course he left you, why would anyone want to be with you? Which for some reason is totally acceptable coming from your head. But if you separated your mind and you imagine that everything it was telling you is coming from a friend, that's probably the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. Oh, your art is terrible. You're never gonna make it. You should definitely get a day job. Yeah, I mean, obviously you're single. You have so many issues. Who would want to deal with that? That friendship would not last. You know, when I became aware of how awful my self-talk was, I also realized how those messages drove parts of myself I have been trying to change for years. That I sacrifice my mental health in the name of work, that I practice poor boundaries because I'm afraid of speaking up, that I tolerate disrespect in romantic relationships because honestly, it's what I think I deserve. So a year ago, I was like, okay, well, how do I stop hating myself? Because that's not a good thing. They say you can't love someone else if you don't love yourself, and I want to love someone else before I die. And self-love, in particular, seems like this very abstract rainbows and butterflies intangible concept beyond achievement, because there's no physical measurement of success, just this deep internal certainty and self-assuredness of one's worth that I have never had, and I cannot tell you what it looks like. Until now. You know, everyone has their own way of working on themselves, but I've found the single instrumental tool in changing my self-talk has been journaling. Specifically journaling affirmations that just emotionally resonate with me. Meow, meow, meow. Every single day for the last year, sometimes multiple times a day. I was in a bad place, you guys. I would journal and journal and journal to combat all the negative self-talk that runs on the default apps of my brain. And the more I did this, the more aware I became of what I was saying to myself moment to moment. So I would catch myself being self-deprecating as a joke, or beating myself up about a mistake I made 10 years ago, or judging other people for stuff that really was about my own insecurities. And I thought there would be 30 steps or something that I had to take in order to deal with this, but honestly there was only one, and that was changing my self-talk so it reflected the way I wanted to feel about myself. And this has manifested very slowly over the course of a year. I want to stress this because I don't want to act like it's some magical instant process, you know? It took time and I'm still working on it a lot. And I've been really surprised to find that self-love just means taking a bunch of really small steps to communicate that I care about you/me. You know, like walking away from unanswered emails so I can get a good night's sleep, not being afraid to leave the party early, having a skincare routine, being sober, that's a big one for me, and being as patient, kind, and encouraging to myself as I would to any of my friends. I'm Akana. I wish you luck on your journey because the world, and especially the internet, would be a better place if we all loved ourselves. I want to say thank you to Care Of for sponsoring today's video. I am very grateful that I get to work with brands that I love to fund art that I love. So because I'm both a vegetarian and a little bit of a health nut, every day I take a multivitamin, a probiotic, fish oil, and magnesium. Vitamins have been explained to me by my doctor as just insurance in case I get too stressed out that day and I haven't eaten what I needed to, or if I'm not paying attention to my protein sources and being a junk food vegetarian that just eats pasta and potato chips. And I definitely do notice that there's a difference in both my sleep quality and my mood when I'm getting everything that my body needs. But I know that figuring out what your body needs can be very annoying and overwhelming, so Care Of makes vitamins easy. You take a 5-minute quiz and they suggest which ones you need based on your dietary requirements and lifestyle. Prices start at just $20 a month and vary depending on your personalized pack. The first 200 people to click the link in the description can use my code and get 25% off their first month.